Blessed be y'all, this is Jen Fremont. Sitting in my truck here outside the Vietnamese grocery store I just went to. And I'm sitting here eating pirate biscuits. These are weird Indonesian cookies and drinking this coffee stuff from Taiwan. Listening to Pink Floyd on the radio and thinking to myself, one, how much my life has changed, and also how much I've developed a taste for a lot of stuff that most Americans don't even know exist. Because, I buy a lot of stuff at the Vietnamese store, and what I noticed was, like, I went to a refuge recovery meeting, and the people there, I pulled out a coffee drink, one of these coffee drinks. I took that with me to drink for the meeting. And they were like, oh yeah, I go over there to the Vietnamese store too. Everybody in there went to, the Asian store and bought stuff there. And I was thinking to myself, yeah, you don't see that too much with the quote normies, because I don't consider those people the normal folks. They're well, as the guy that started the program puts it, they are the one percenters. The way I see it, there's about 10% of the people that are awake to a wider reality to some degree or another. But out of that 1%, out of that 10%, there's only about 1% that ever take it past the, as I say, the edge of the rabbit hole. They get a nice overview at the top and everything, and they think, oh, I know something. That's what I thought when I did that. And I went out and tried to tell everybody about it, and found out that nobody wanted to hear it, because they were happy in their little world, and what I was saying would upset their little world, and so they didn't want to hear it. And, I got kind of discouraged and just kind of kept things to myself for a long time. And it took me a long time to understand, too, that just waking up is not enough. I've run across this saying a few times now. Yeah, you can wake up, but you got to get out of bed, too. You got to actually go do something. And you got to live it. And, that's what I'm trying to do. I have been reminded of where I came from, because I'm here visiting for Thanksgiving. And, go back to the old house I used to live in, and, a lot of stuff's still screwed up. Just trying to figure out. My mom bought this new washer. That damn thing, you need a fucking degree in rocket science to figure all that shit out. And I don't know. I don't know what the fuck it did. I did something wrong, and I got to put my stuff in the dryer, and it hasn't even spun it, so it's still soaking wet. And then I had to figure out how to get it to spin and everything. And finally, I got it done. But it's not the old-fashioned thing that actually works. That you select your temperature, you select how much you put in, and you select how long you want to do it, and you hit the button and you do it. No, you got 15 dozen different things, and I don't know. It sounds weird. I don't know. Maybe I just don't like change. Well, I used that other washer well, my mother bought it 50 years ago to do my diapers, so yeah, fuck. So I've been using that washing machine for a long time. All of my life. Well, it's been there all my life, and finally it died, and she had to buy a new one, and the new ones are just weird. Don't even have an agitator in the middle. But anyway, I'm getting all off the subject here. Yeah, I think what I'm observing anyway is that when people do step out of the box a little bit, they step out of the box in other ways too, such as not shopping at the same stores that most of the brainwashed masses do. They don't buy quite the products that people do. And I think that goes to the thing I was talking about on an earlier video that, I buy so much stuff on the internet because I don't find it a lot in the regular stores. Usually what I want is not a item that most places actually stock. And so, I just order it on the internet. It's much easier. And I have noticed that Amazon is just kind of taken over everything. It's like, I used to like Amazon, but as much as they've taken over stuff, they bought out Whole Foods, and Whole Foods, they never were the cheap place to shop at, but I mean, they jack their prices through the roof. They're charging $9 for a package of ham that I spend $4.50 for at the natural grocers. And so, I'm like, come on, people, $9. I ain't paying $9. I mean, if it's 20 cents more, 30 cents more, for the convenience of not having to go to the other store, yeah, I'll probably buy it if I'm at that store. But $4.50, twice the price? Nah, I'm going to go to the other store for that. I think most people, if they check things out, would do the same thing. Well, years ago, I also figured out, too, that Walmart's got a lot of people brainwashed. They had me brainwashed, because I used to shop there all the time, and so I didn't go to the other stores, and I didn't compare the prices. And what had happened over the time is that they had jacked their prices up even higher than the nicer stores that I was avoiding because I thought I perceived that they were more expensive, and they weren't. Not anymore. And I see that a lot of people have been brainwashed into that too. And I don't know how I guess I went to the other store and I started comparing stuff, and I was like, wow, this is cheaper than Walmart. Why am I going over to Walmart when I hate Walmart? So, we get into a groove a lot of times, and we don't want to get out of that groove. We just want everything to stay the same. And I'm struggling with that. I said in my previous video that I wanted to enjoy this holiday with unattached appreciation for what it is, and not try to recreate the past or make a memory for the future either, because those memories, yeah, for a while you may be able to wrap yourself up in them in like a nice warm blanket or something like that, but eventually those memories are just they turn bitter after a while, because you can never can never recapture that moment in time. And I have found myself trying to recapture those moments and creating suffering in my life by trying to recapture those moments that were good, and instead of just remembering them as something that was good and having unattached appreciation for the fact that it was good. Well, I think I am going to drive on here. I will probably put this up after the holiday, but I don't know. I might download it when I get back. But anyway, blessed be y'all. This is Jen Freemind.